Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation. One sick business.
Our reports exposed a Bay Area couple selling sick puppies on Craigslist. Now the state of Florida has launched a criminal investigation. Detectives are now interviewing people who unknowingly bought dogs that were near death's door.
This follows a series of reports by our senior investigative reporter, Steve Andrews, who is joining us tonight. And Steve, it sounds like someone at the state level heard, saw, or at least they're getting involved after your reports.
Yeah, they watched my stories, which is great. A detective at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services took the time to watch several of my reports. Then he started a criminal investigation. And that's a good thing, because every day I'm hearing from more folks who lost money and a piece of their hearts. Investigators already spoke with Chelsea Haller.
I want these people stopped.
Chelsea responded to an ad on Craigslist. She and Sean Vogt claimed they met up with Alberto Anaya and another man.
It seemed like he was trying to avoid contact with us pretty much for the whole thing.
Chelsea and Sean paid $300, then brought home this female puppy they named Nova.
When we met her, we kind of just fell in love with her immediately.
The law requires a state health certificate to accompany the sale of a dog. The sellers provided only this, claiming it was a record of the shots. Within a few days, they noticed Nova was sleeping too much. They took her to a vet.
When the test came back, she said, this dog is loaded with worms. Roundworms, hookworms, like totally loaded with worms.
Several viewers also told me Anaya and his girlfriend Haley Leidy sold them sick puppies without health certificates. Cheryl Hostetler's puppy, Bodie, died in her lap from parvo days after she bought him.
I just hope that these people are caught and they get prosecuted.
Sherry McCormick claims her puppy Bella became critically ill with parvo just days after purchasing her from Anaya and Leidy.
I hope she rots in jail for what she did.
Christopher and Sean Tamaras bought their little Leo from Leidy and Anaya. 5 days later, Leo died from parvo. Leidy was out on probation for an unrelated conviction when Christopher, Cheryl, and Sherry say they bought their dogs from her. She was jailed for violating her probation. At her hearing, Anaya told me in the courtroom I had it all wrong, that he was the one selling the dogs. But 4 buyers who've called me also ID'd Leidy. On Father's Day morning at 3 o'clock, Chelsea and Sean found Nova had died.
I went out, I picked her up, and, you know, I put her in the box, and I sat down on the couch and I cried.
Investigators are concentrating on the fact that these animals were all sold without the required health certificates. That is a violation of state law.
So they've already talked to Chelsea, the woman we just saw and you featured in the report. So what comes next?
Well, I know that investigators have talked to at least 3 of the victims that we've profiled. The next step will be to get them to identify who sold them the dogs and then swear out affidavits and then go from there.
Stories are just so sad.
It just keeps going and going. I got 2 more calls overnight, you know. It's just
well, it's good the state's taking notice. Job well done, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. And if you have a problem that you think needs to be investigated, call 8 on Your Side. The helpline number, 1-800-338-0808.